What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rapheal Davis podcast. Today, joining us, we got a Purdue women's legend, already a legend of Indiana Miss Basketball, Karissa McLaughlin. Say that right?
Yeah, perfect.
There we go. How you
Thanks
doing,
for having
Karissa?
me. I'm doing good, doing good.
Thanks for joining us. I know, like I said, former Miss Basketball, Purdue, great already. Um, Very excited for you from my hometown, from Fort Wayne. Definitely did some exciting things for the city, for youth basketball, for high school basketball. What you did in high school was amazing, to say the least. What you're doing at Purdue, coming to an injury, bouncing back now. Kind of just want to talk about that a little bit. Just tell us who you are, where you come from, where you started playing ball, and kind of your transition.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Karissa McLaughlin from Fort Wayne, Indiana, loud and proud. So I went to Homestead High School. We won the state championship my senior year. It was something that we really always wanted my entire career that I was there. Like you said, I was Miss Basketball. I come from a loving Christian family home, and it's very supportive, and I was very grateful and have the opportunity to come to Purdue. I've been very fortunate to start at Purdue for 3 years now. And now I'm at a roadblock right now, trying to get back to playing. It's something that I'm very uncomfortable with. I've never had a major setback like this before. So God said, hey, it's time to slow down a little bit and take other things into perspective. And being on the sidelines for a little bit has shown me a different vision of the game of basketball, stuff I'm not usually used to seeing while I'm on the floor. So I think it's been a very eye-opening opportunity for me to grow as a player and to grow as a person, and to find different ways to lead. I've always been kind of like the point direction, you need to be here, you need to be there, kind of leader. And now that I'm on the sidelines, I'm just kind of giving advice and sharing what I see on the floor from the sidelines. So it's been a very unique experience. Hasn't been the easiest, I'm going to be honest. I've definitely had my moments of sadness and just why me, why now, what's my purpose right now. And I've never had basketball not in my hands, so it's been very different. But I've had the right people next to me to encourage me to move forward and to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm starting to see it now. So seeing the results pay off. But yeah, I love getting back to community. I love playing the game of basketball. I'm a Christian. I love giving. So that's something that's very important to me. I think it's gotten me to where I am now. But yeah, so as far as my injury, I'm getting back and hopefully I'll be playing within the next couple of weeks, which I'm really excited for. So
No, I know how that is, especially my senior year. I heard sprained my MCL after we beat Florida in the Thanksgiving tournament championship.
mm-hmm.
So the very next practice, Isaac jumps on me, sprained my MCL, I'm out for a month. So I get that exact feeling. I've been there, having to coach from the sideline. It's tough. It takes a lot of mental toughness. And I want to go into that a little bit later. But to start, I have a question for you that I'm curious is that I know how good you have to be Mr. and Miss Basketball. I wasn't that good, obviously. When did you know
You're pretty good?
I'm all right. When did you know you were that good that you could do something like that?
I really think it started when I started working out with a trainer and had someone that actually worked on my skill set. As growing up, my dad was the one that taught me how to shoot. He taught me all the mechanics to basketball. And he knew that there was a time where he had to have like someone else step in to kind of like put me through workouts, intense workouts. And he knew I needed like another voice to help guide me too. And so I started working out with Bernard Hollins, and both him and my dad took me to the next level. And I think once I got to high school and I started realizing that I could play at that level and the skill sets are all coming into the games and my confidence level was increasing, and I started seeing like myself level up against the competition, I knew that I could make something out of this. And I had incredible teammates next to me that were pushing me to, keep fighting, getting me better in practice. And I think it was probably my freshman year, sophomore year, I was like, all right, I can make something special out of this. And, I wanted to bring back to Homestead and the Fort Wayne community as well. So I just put the time in, and whether it was waking up at 5 a.m., going to work out, then going to school, and then working out again after school. I remember in the summer times, I lived in the gym, like literally 5 a.m. All right, I'm done at 6:37. I'm going to get some breakfast, just chilling out for a while, then go right back at noon, and then chill out for a little bit, and go right back at 6 p.m. Like, yeah. I know not everyone, that doesn't sound exciting for everybody, but like that's just how my life was. And so I'm very grateful to have parents that like motivated me to do that. So yeah.
What gave you that type of passion? Because I can look at you in your face and tell you that wasn't necessarily me all the time. So like, what gave you that passion? Was it just the desire to want to be great? Was it the love of basketball? Did someone you grew up watching play basketball?
Yeah. I think it was just literally my love for the game. How I've always looked up to my dad, and I always wanted to make sure like he knew I had his back and I was in it to go out there and give it my all. And it honestly was like my stress reliever. So like if I can get in the gym early, get my stress out, and then go have a clear level head to go to school and learn from the day, that was what motivated me. What motivated me was to win. I love to win. I love to make sure that I'm always giving my all, and I'm prepared for my teammates, to make sure I don't let them down. So if there was like any game I didn't show up for, I just didn't perform my best, I was always so hard on myself. And I got right back in the gym right after. I was like, all right, I must not have put enough work in the other day. Like I always blame myself. Like it was no one else's problem but mine. So I think it was just my passion for the game.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off, but you said something that just kind of, it spoke to me. Have you always been that type of leader? Because that's, to me, that's leadership. Someone that can look in the mirror. It was me, and I'm not blaming anyone else. Have you always been that way, or was that instilled in you?
I've always been that way, honestly. And I think it came from my dad, truthfully. And I mean, there's no reason to blame other people when I'm the leader. Everything's on my back. So, I mean, I know all the eyes are on me. And so I need to be able to take that credit and have the mental capacity to handle it. I think it was my sophomore year, we lost to Maryland in Mackey, and I was like 0 for 10 or something from the 3. Like I was so mad at myself. Like I stayed after the game and just shot, like went through a whole workout. I had one of my managers rebound for me and working out, and like one of my teammates came in and was like, yo, Riss, like chill, like what are you doing, like killing yourself right now? I said, yo, I don't care, like that was terrible, unacceptable, I'm embarrassed, like I'm the reason we lost that game. Like, so I mean, because it was a close game, so who knows if a couple knockdown shots would have helped, but I just always been that kind of person. So
no, that's good. That's unbelievable. Let me ask you this: what advice can you give a young girl growing up on the west side or the south side? I know you're from the west side of Fort Wayne, Homestead, and I'm from the south side of Fort Wayne. I went to south side. What type of advice could you give someone growing up that loves basketball, that wants to get in the gym? How could they, not get to where you are, but maybe follow your footsteps to lead them to where they want to be?
I definitely would say find goals that are going to keep you motivated. So write them down and make sure they're in a place where you always see them. Find somebody that's going to make sure that they hold you accountable. I mean, it's hard to do it alone. So, having my dad or having my trainer always be on me and making sure I'm staying within the workouts and stuff like that helped me the most. And then obviously working on your mental capacity, I think is something huge, because not everything's going to be perfect. So you have to be willing to understand that you're going to mess up. There's going to be times where you have off days, but that's part of it. So you have to just bounce back from that. And then also, like, it doesn't have to be in a gym. Like, you don't have to be in a gym to get better. Like, you can literally go to an outdoor basket, get some shots up, do some dribbling drills, like go in your driveway. Like, there's so many different opportunities that you can do to help you get better. So don't think that you just have to be in a gym to get better.
Right.
And so I think that's the most important thing, because kids are like, oh, I don't have a gym to get into that frequently. Like, you don't have to. Get up at 5 a.m., go on the driveway and just do some dribbling drills, do some running, do something that's just going to make sure you feel like you got better that day. So any little thing will help.
No, yeah, especially in a time like this. That's amazing advice, because I mean, gyms are shut down. I train kids for a living, and I hear a lot of kids that wasn't able to get in the gym. My first question is, well, it's parks outside. They didn't take the rims off the backboards. I know in some neighborhoods they did take the rims down. I went to Indiana one time, the rims were off the backboards. But here in Atlanta, the rims were up. So I just would ask them. And it's warm outside. Yeah. Outside. So that's that there is great advice. But going into that, how did COVID kind of affect you and affect your off season? And I know you took an injury. So kind of How did COVID kind of all play out in your life?
COVID was hard. I know it's hard for everybody. And it was a time I actually did get told that I was going to have my ankle surgery. But, I was working out, I was still training, and then something just wasn't right with my ankle. So doctor ended up saying I had to get ankle surgery. And so that was tough, especially already being in quarantine for so long and then being told basically like you're technically going to be in quarantine for 4 other months because you can't do anything. So during that time, I just had to find ways to keep myself positive, find other things that made me happy. So whether it was like journaling, writing blogs, like doing whatever I could think of to keep a smile on my face. Because I've always been a bubbly person, but it was definitely a trying time for me with COVID and ankle surgery back to back. So, but yeah.
No, I mean, it was tough on you, tough on everybody. I mean, it definitely made everyone take a step back, kind of look in the mirror, kind of try and figure out who you are.
Yeah,
but definitely. I don't want to get too far ahead. I want to ask you this because I want to know this question.
Okay.
Why Purdue? Because I know when you when you were committed, I'm not sure. I'm just thinking. When I was at Purdue, by the time I left Purdue, the women's basketball team wasn't as where they were when I came in. You being Miss Basketball, why commit to Purdue at that time?
Honestly, kind of what you just said. I wanted to make a difference at Purdue. I wanted to get back to the tradition of what Purdue is known for. I mean, I know we've come up short, but I mean, I've seen progress. I've seen strides in the right direction. And it's just about getting that out of us. And I wanted to be able to lead a team like that. I want to be able to lead a team to the NCAA tournament. Like, I want to be able to get us back on track where we need to be. And I want to be the head person to do that, to lead us in that direction. And obviously going to Purdue, being from Indiana, being Indiana Miss Basketball, so many Miss Basketballs have gone to Purdue, and seeing that tradition as well, I want to be a part of that, to be with those names like Courtney Moses and all these incredible names that have been part of that. Like, I want to be a part of those great names. And so, yeah, being a part of Purdue and just the Purdue family, whether it's men's basketball, football, whatever it may be, we're all a big family, and just seeing the connections and the fan base and my family being able to come watch me play. So it was special that way.
Talk about that. Talk about playing in Mackey Arena. Talking about playing in front of the fan base. I've been to women's games, in the men's games. Just talk about that atmosphere in Mackey Arena.
It's definitely something special and unique that you don't get everywhere, especially in women's basketball. Like, it's hard to find good fan bases across the country. And for us to be top 10, I think, in the past 5 years has been awesome. 5,000 plus 8,000 fans, it's just incredible to have for a women's team. And then to go to the men's game and see it all sold out is just an incredible feeling, knowing that you're still a part of that. And seeing just, all the Purdue fans that are loyal on the court, off the court, all the time. So I'm very grateful to play in an environment like that. And just, I get chills every single time I run out of the tunnel. So.
That's cool. But yeah, like I said, Karissa, I appreciate you joining us today. I want to just ask you a question. I know you took injury, and I've taken injury. What is that like going training so hard and just being told you had to sit down? And now that you're being told that you can play again, are you nervous? What's keeping you up at night? You have any goals going forward? Kind of talk about the injury, but also talk about how you plan to come out of it.
Yeah, so I definitely had a lot of time to think, a lot of anxiousness, eager to get back on the floor. And then now that I'm being told, hey, it's showtime, next couple of weeks, we hope to see you out there and get your mind right. And so during the games now, I'm still trying to mentally see myself out there and still prepare how I would if I were playing right now, so that when I'm go to play, I'm not oh my gosh, I haven't been through this all year. It's been a year since I've done this. I'm still trying to still prepare myself every single game day so that it's not a shock for when that day comes. Which I think is super important. But for me, honestly, I'm anxious. I'm not really nervous yet. I don't know when that day will come, but I'll probably be nervous game day a little bit. But right now I'm just more anxious and excited, and just to see my hard work's paying off, because there's just been setback after setback. And now that I get to finally have the comeback is the most exciting part. So
what advice can you give someone I've been hurt,
Mm-hmm.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. What advice can you give somebody to get through an injury?
I would say have the people around you that you know they're always going to be positive with you. So if there's days where I'm just like, I really don't feel like doing anything today, like I'm gonna have that one person that's like, yo, like today's not the day that you just get to chill. Like today's the day that you're gonna grind even harder, just because it is a hard day. And so I think having those people around you, and then just honestly like finding something that makes you happy, that's going to keep you motivated. Because I found during those 4.5, 5 months, it was hard to get motivated, hard to get up and do something that day, get up and eat that day. Like it's hard to find that motivation. And so I think being able to continue to stay motivated and find passion in something is going to help you a ton through injury.
No, that's good talk. That's good shit. That's great advice. No, I appreciate that, Karissa. Karissa, we look forward to watching you this year. We look forward to getting you back on the court. I look forward to being a in your face fan
Yeah.
compared to being a kind of private fan. I've been watching for a while. Nard was my guy. I worked out with Nard as well when he first came home from overseas. So I've known you for longer than you've known me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy for you. I'm
I've
proud of
definitely
you.
known you from afar.
So yeah, no, I'm happy for what you can do at Purdue. And I'm also happy for your future, what you can do, just whatever you want to do, but also in the basketball community. I know you have at least 5 little girls that look up to you down here in Georgia that imitate your jump shot every other day. So
That's awesome.
no, I look forward to hearing from you, catching up in the middle of the season, kind of seeing how things are going. But if you ever need us on our end, just let us know. But Karissa, thank you.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, look forward to it, and good luck this year.
Thank you.